The moment the episode started, fans felt something different in the air. Travis Kelce leaned into the mic on new heights with that familiar mix of confidence and mischief, and Jason Kelce, sitting back with his headset on, immediately narrowed his eyes like he already sensed trouble coming. What nobody expected, however, was how emotional Jason would get when Travis shifted the conversation toward the one topic the entire world has been waiting on, his future with Taylor Swift. And for a brief moment, the entire podcast went silent in a way that made fans' hearts jump. "All right, brother, I've got something to tell you," Travis said, tapping the table lightly. Jason blinked, leaned forward, and asked, "What now? What did you do?" His voice was half joking, half nervous, because whenever Travis says something like that, something big usually follows. The comment section was already exploding before Travis even finished the sentence, because fans knew exactly what direction this was going. Travis smirked, looked at the camera, then back at Jason, and said, "People keep asking about wedding dates, venues, everything. So I think it's time we talk about it." That one line hit Jason like a truck. He froze, eyebrows raised so high they practically touched his forehead. And immediately, the chat blew up with Swifties screaming, "Is he about to say it?" Jason put both hands on his face and groaned, "Oh my God, here we go," as if he knew the internet was about to explode no matter what Travis said next. His reaction was so raw, so protective, and so overwhelmed that it almost felt like he was holding back tears before Travis even continued. And that's the thing people love most about Jason. He feels everything deeply, especially when it concerns family. Travis took a breath and clarified what millions needed to hear. No, he is not dropping a wedding date, and no, there is no venue locked in at this moment. But what he did share was something far more personal, and honestly, far more emotional. He talked about the pressure, the questions, how non-stop the speculation is, and how serious he is about Taylor. And that's when Jason's eyes softened, his expression changed, and for the first time in the episode, he went completely quiet. Travis said, "Man, when the time comes, everybody will know. I promise. But I'm not rushing anything. I want it to be right. She deserves the best." And the second those words left his mouth, Jason almost lost it. He took his hat off, rubbed his eyes, and said, "Damn it, Trav, you're gonna make me emotional on this show." His voice cracked, not a dramatic cry, but a brother who suddenly realized how grown-up this moment was. Fans immediately clipped the moment because you could see Jason visibly tearing up, trying to laugh it off, trying to hide it, but failing miserably. He said, "Look, you talk about her differently, you're different, and it's weird, in a good way. It gets me, man." That single moment sent the internet into full meltdown. Travis, who usually responds with jokes, didn't joke this time. He put a hand over his chest and said, "She's the real deal, dude." Jason nodded slowly, eyes still red, and said, "I know. I really know." It was one of the most genuine exchanges the brothers have ever shared on the podcast. No jokes, no teasing, just honesty. Jason even explained why he reacted so strongly. "You're my little brother," he said, "and for years, we've lived this wild life of football, chaos, schedules, pressure. Watching you find someone who brings you peace, it hits me harder than I expected." That sentence alone made thousands of Swifties cry right along with him. Travis, moved by Jason's emotion, leaned back and looked up like he was taking in everything his big brother just said. "I appreciate you, man." "Seriously," he responded quietly. And for a moment, it almost felt like the podcast forgot millions of people were watching. It was just two brothers having a moment. Jason then made the moment even more emotional by explaining how much he values Taylor being part of their family dynamic. He mentioned how kind she is, how she treats not just Travis but everyone around him, and how genuinely she fits into their circle. "She loves you, dude," Jason said simply. And hearing Jason Kelce, one of the toughest, bluntest, most authentic athletes, say that with so much sincerity left fans speechless. The emotional wave didn't stop there. Jason then admitted that he worries about his brother because fame, media pressure, and constant speculation can be overwhelming, especially when relationships are involved. But seeing Travis navigate it with maturity and seeing Taylor supporting him through all of it made him emotional in a way even he didn't expect. "It just makes me proud, man," Jason said, wiping his eyes again. Travis tried to lighten the mood by joking, "Bro, you don't gotta cry every time I say something nice," but even he couldn't hide how touched he was. The small grin on his face said everything. This moment meant a lot to him too. The moment became one of the most replayed clips online, not because Travis announced a wedding date, because he didn't, but because of how real, how emotional, and how pure the exchange was. Two brothers, one of them deeply in love, the other overwhelmed with pride, sitting on a podcast that somehow turned into a therapy session in front of millions. And fans loved every second of it. The emotional energy carried through the rest of the episode, and even in the banter afterward, Jason kept circling back to how proud he was. And while Travis didn't reveal anything concrete, no date, no venue, no plans, the conversation itself felt like a milestone. It was the most open he had ever been about how serious he is about Taylor Swift. And Jason's teary-eyed reaction made the moment unforgettable. In the end, the podcast didn't give fans a wedding announcement, but it gave them something better. An unfiltered, emotional glimpse into the Kelce brothers' bond and Travis's deep commitment to Taylor. No rumors, no drama, just truth. And honestly, that raw honesty is exactly why this moment has now become one of the most talked about episodes in New Heights history.